Hi guys, you alright? So today I want to talk about Brexit and what I think is really going on behind the scenes and the whole plan of Brexit. And shock, my opinion really isn't about whether we leave or not. But before I get into talking about that, if you do enjoy this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up, and if you don't enjoy it, give it a dislike, do what you want, I don't care. But don't forget to subscribe and... so that you know exactly when I post a new video. So I kind of want to start off by going back way when I was young and what I really heard when people talked about politics. All the conversations I really ever used to hear were, oh, it's Labour or it's Conservative and it's like a two-horse race. And yes, I understand other parties have existed from time to time, and yes, some may have got quite a lot of votes. But generally, all I ever used to hear was that there was this dichotomy of Labour and Tories, and you kind of voted for whoever your parents voted for, and it just went down as a generational thing. But obviously, more recently, this two-horse race kind of didn't end up like that, when neither Labour or the Tories got enough votes to create a parliament. So then there was a coalition formed with the Lib Dems. Now obviously at this point, then parties are going, oh, we're not getting enough seats, why is this happening, who's voting for other parties, and what's going on. So when you think about it, what had happened around that time? Social media started playing a massive role, probably in the way that people were voting, and suddenly you get this influx of interests in parties like the Lib Dems, SNP, UKIP, Green. All of these other parties are gaining more interest. And why is that? Because now social media's around, everyone has a voice, everyone has an opinion, and they're all sharing their opinions online. And then because everyone's friends with each other, they start seeing these other opinions and they go, that's a good argument for this party or that party. So instead of just following along with the generations and voting for whoever your parents voted for because that's how you were brought up politically, now everyone can see all of these different opinions and think, actually, yeah, that's what I'm aligned more with. So I have a feeling, especially after the Conservative Lib Dem coalition, and in more recent elections, the governments have then gone, okay, well, what demographics are voting for these other parties? And they see that it's younger people, and it might not just be younger people voting for these parties, it might just be that everyone's got social media and everyone's changing their minds. So at that point, Conservative, well, definitely at least Conservative, but I have a feeling that the Conservative Party and the Labour Party could have been working together to say, okay, how do we get this back so we've got the control? So you've got a whole country of people with all of these different changing opinions, and everyone's suddenly got an interest and everyone's suddenly got a voice. So what do we do? Okay, well, we need something that everyone can vote on, something that's totally different from left versus right. We'll plan a referendum where the country can decide whether or not we leave the EU. And honestly, like, the Brexit vote was totally different to left versus right. Like, if you look at it, I've spoken to friends from the left who voted to leave, and people on the left who also voted to stay. People on the right who voted to leave, and who also voted to stay. So this isn't about left and right anymore. But you also, through the campaign, you make strong arguments either side, so that it comes out roughly around 50%. So either way, whichever way anyone votes, half of the country aren't gonna be happy with the result. But they could manipulate it in a way that it's ever so slightly just to leave. So then, what do we do once we've got this leave vote? Well, we make it drag on and on and on. And by we here, I mean the government. I'm not actually including myself in this. But it drags on, and it just goes on forever, so that the conversations you hear when anyone talks about politics is,
oh, Brexit. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm bored.
And the I'm bored part that I'm hearing so often is the most important part of this entire plan. So going back to when I was young, all I ever heard was, it's left versus right. That's it. Now all I ever hear is,
ugh, Brexit, I'm bored.
And what if that was the plan all along? You've got social media comes around, everyone's suddenly got an interest in politics, everyone's got their own opinions, and everyone is voicing their opinions. So we create something to turn everyone off from it. You make everyone go, I'm bored, I don't care anymore, let's just forget about politics, it's boring, I don't care. And then, regardless of what happens in March, whether we leave or not, whether we get a good deal or not, the entire country is still saying, oh, I'm bored of politics, and that gives Labour and Conservatives back the two-horse race and back the control that they wanted. And what if David Cameron just really had to take a hit and make it look like his career fell through the ground? But what if that was all just for the greater good of his party? Like he had to take a hit and make himself look like he did a stupid thing, but really, that was just to get the people that he wanted in control back in control. And then with Theresa May, everyone's saying, oh, she's stupid, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's not being very clear on any answers. And what if actually, because that said a lot about politicians, that no one's clear, what if it's all just to make us bored and manipulate us easily so that we can be controlled, the votes can be controlled, and then the people who want to be in power can be in power and stay in power? It's all just about controlling us. Like, it's really not about whether we leave the EU or not. It's just about them having control and keeping control and manipulating us into doing what they want so they can do whatever they want once we've given them the power. So what do we do on the flip side of this? Well, I say we don't lose interest and we don't say, oh, I'm bored of hearing about it. Well, I know the Brexit conversation is getting really boring, so maybe switch off for that part if you really are that bored. But the second it's over, do not lose your interest. Keep being interested in whatever party you want to vote for, look at all the options, think it through, do not lose interest, and don't let this manipulative tactic win. Keep your interest, keep voting for whoever you want to vote for, and do what you want. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated by this stupid tactic from these people who just want to help each other out, and forget about everyone else. And what do you think about Brexit? Did you vote leave? Did you vote remain? Are you happy with the choice you made? Let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, please give it a massive thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. Do what you want, I don't care. But if you want to watch another video just like this one, there's a couple right over there that you can watch right now, and a subscribe button below me that you should click because I post new videos all the time, and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when. And I'll see you soon.